Okay, so there is this one thing that I noticed today when I was thinking of the ascendant of the native and the ascendant of the other person. Now, either they could be a friend, they could be a spouse, they could be a mother, they could be anyone. How is their energy with yours activating something in your life? Uh, if you notice very carefully, when you meet someone, suddenly things start working for you. The also the term, oh, lady luck, or you're lucky for me. Also, we do use that a lot of times. So if you are a certain ascendant, okay, and the person could be a friend, could be your spouse, whatever ascendant they are, see where that ascendant is placed in your chart. For example, say you're an Aries ascendant and the your partner is a Pisces ascendant. So where does Pisces fall for an Aries ascendant? Pisces falls in the 12th house. And for Pisces ascendant, Aries becomes the second house. So you see, the second house and the 12th house gets activated here, which means for an Aries ascendant, things related to the 12th house uh, will get activated. Related to, like, 12th house has to do with foreign travel, vacations, resorts, hospitals, asylums, jails. Now, depending on how the lord of that house is placed, what is the condition of that particular planet and that house in the person's chart is when you can derive to a certain conclusion and not just think that it's 12th house, so it has to be an asylum or a hospital. Okay. It could be a resort, it could be vacations. Okay. It's basically luxury. Also, it's the money you spend on luxury. So that. And for Pisces ascendant, Aries becomes the second house. So second house of family resources. It also is governed by Venus, which means it can mean cash flow. It can mean an addition to the family. It could mean something to do with food. So again, when for Pisces ascendant, the second house is getting activated, say because they meet an Aries ascendant, um, and that person is their spouse or their best friend, and there's a lot of energy that starts when you're bonding too much. That energy is very prominent, right? So the second house will automatically get activated. Either this person is eating a lot of rich food, especially to do with spices, because second house is food, and the sign there is Aries. Aries has to do with Mars. So Mars has to do with anything which is spicy. Uh, I think it's also kanji. So check if you understand astrology and you know what your ascendant is and what the person that you're interested in or your best friend's ascendant is. See what house is that ascendant sign or that zodiac sign placed in your chart. So when I was talking about Aries ascendants, if the person you're talking to or the person your spouse is or the other person you're close to is a Leo ascendant, your fifth house is getting activated. So fifth house related things or themes of the fifth house will start playing out for you. Now, depending on what condition is your sun in, because Leo is again ruled by sun. So what is the condition of the planet sun in your chart? That also plays a major role, and that will play a much major role than someone else's ascendant taking the call for you. But that house is getting activated. Okay. This is something that I just noticed when I was going through a particular chart and I was comparing it with each of that person who is pretty um, regular in this person's life and how a certain house is getting activated. I also checked this theory in a couple's chart where both of them, the male and female, so the male's ascendant is activating the sixth house of the female, and the female's ascendant is activating the eighth house of the male native's chart. So sixth house and eighth house are getting activated. So sixth house has to do with your everyday work, hard work, everyday work, hard work, routine work, death, disease, enemies. And the eighth house has to do with sudden ups and downs. Now, if that person has, say, the 10th house lord in the eighth house, or in any way, eighth house and 10th houses being aspected by these planets, or there is a Parivartan Yoga, the native's career will suddenly get affected, either for good or for bad, depending on their planetary placements in the eighth house and a lot of the eighth house, the condition of it. So that's, if you know how to see a chart and you know your spouse's ascendant, check in your chart and let me know in the comments, is this making sense? And also, you have to take in consideration the signification of that zodiac sign in that particular house. Okay. Thank you.